being turned, or are we just getting, or are we just having to pay for what we've done for years, calling men dogs?
Yes, first of all, in regards to this,
well, I would really like Barbara and Cream to answer, have you to answer that, because they spoke out that they didn't agree with the term. And it's been years, I mean, even at the last panel, somebody said something about men are dogs. I said I think Bandit said he was coming out. And then he got claps from that in the audience. But when you say bitch, nobody wants to, people want to shout out, oh no, we can't call women bitches.
I do have something to say about as far as the bitch thing is. I don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not a bitch, so it doesn't bother me in the sense per se for myself. But I'm saying, as far as the way it's gotten, it's like, where do you draw the line? And I think it goes a lot deeper than just saying dogs and bitch. When there's, everybody already knows that there is like a conspiracy out against the black man in the first place. So it's another term. I can't remember who said it from the last panel about divide and conquer. It's in that. So what they do, of course, they're gonna project the brothers saying bitch and hoe, bitch and hoe, bitch and hoe. So now we're gonna be having beef because we're gonna be saying, well, don't call me a bitch and this and that. So that got us tearing at each other and whatnot. Meanwhile, they're gonna have Donahue and Oprah and everybody else putting this on TV, showing us beefing with each other over things that we should be handling ourselves. You know what I'm saying? In the privacy of our own community. So it's a lot deeper than all of that. This has already been a plan. This has already been planned. It's like somebody said, what we do is get these brothers to get some 40s, hold their crotches, grab these girls' butts, put them all the girls' freeze them up, put on some little G-string bikinis, put on, come on, pumpkin. I'm not going to say that word. What I'm saying, you know what I'm trying to say? And this bitch and this and that and whatnot, and then we could be, screaming and shouting and fighting with each other. You know what I'm saying? When this could easily be handled amongst ourselves, but yet it's in the media and it's being blown up, and now it's to the point where we can't handle it civilized. We got to be beefing with each other just to get it, the situation taken care of. So it's way deeper than bitch and hoe and dogs and all that other nonsense. It's way deeper. You know what I'm saying? This goes way back to them still trying to break us up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
It still goes way back to that.
Back in the days, they used to use, see, everybody's talking about 90s and 80s. What about in the 20s and 30s and 1900s, whatever? They've been saying this for years. These words, we didn't just pick them out of the sky, people. We are repeating what has been said way back when. So, therefore, this is something, the only reason why you're hearing it now on the radio is because we have a little access to the radio. But this has been going on for years in the community, and nobody stopped it then. Now they want to stop it now. It's not, the only reason why you're hearing it on the radio is because now the next word what you're going to hear on the radio. They only got F left. So that's the next word you're going to hear next. But I'm saying the only reason why you're really hearing it on the radio is because you listen, because we as a people, we're music oriented. We listen to the radio a lot. So it seems like we're constantly hearing it, but people, we have been, especially women, we know we have been hearing this for years. So what needs to happen is, whatever sister, brother, whatever has a son, they need to be taking care of that with that son. Okay? Because this has been going on for years. Okay? Yeah, I feel it's, maybe a little conspiracy thing in regards to the media and all that, but this has been going on for years. So you have to stop it with the babies. The little boys that's growing up. No, you don't say that. No, women are not that. And yes, it's okay for you to cry. Oh yes, you can play with a little doll. See, as long as you keep distinct in everything, it's gonna keep continuing. No, you can't wear pink. You can only wear blue. No, little boy don't cry. Get up. You hurt yourself. You all right? That's what really is going on here. You gotta stop with the babies because that's where it's coming from. Way back when, in the 20s, 30s. What would they used to say? You my bitch, right?
Yeah.
In the 20s and the 30s, hello? This didn't just come now.
Go ahead.
Well,
I don't know who was it that said this, what hip-hop was, but see, white men have always treated their women lousy.
Yeah.
I mean, the patriarchal, structure that we all live in, this capitalist, imperialist, patriarchal structure is, male, white, male owned. It's not black male owned, it's white male owned. Now, the black man, therefore, in my opinion, has a choice to make. Do you want to get down with these white men who have consistently been immoral to their women? Or do you want to get down with your own women and unify with other marginalized people and overturn some of the shit that's hit the fan? And so to use white male domination as a model, I don't think is a good idea. You see? And this is the problem. And this is the problem. We gotta take a little bit power back from these brothers and teach them a lesson and redistribute the wealth and the power. And that's all there is to it, And this moral bankruptcy, this moral bankruptcy that has bankrupted country after country should be stopped. Now, of course, censorship, we can't set it up with censorship. So we have to be responsible as artists. We do have to be responsible. We have to think it out. Each time we come to these choices, we have to make them sensibly. We have to have panels like this, and for this I thank you for bringing this issue up. Censorship is a very significant, important issue. But we know what's what. We got to know what's down. I think, this is my opinion, not to follow this white male lead. They've always treated the women badly. Since the Aryan races dominated, India and then spread out all over Eurasia, this is all thing. We all know the history. This ain't happening anymore, right?
The other trend that I see in the hip hop community that directly affects women and only women in the industry is if you're not being called that, then you're gay. So I would like to know how you feel about that term and the use of that word. Heavy, you want to start this one off?
Oh, well, I knew it would get to this sooner or later. I'm gay, what can I tell you? I'm proud of being gay. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about it. I'm never going to lie to my public, and tough shit. I might never make it, but I'm not going to lie to God, right there. So I don't have a problem with people calling me gay or being gay, There are lots of gay hip-hop artists, kids. Yes. Lots of gay hip-hop artists. Now, I'm not going to jam my gayness in anybody's throat. You don't have to be gay. I don't believe I said this on camera. I might have ruined my career. Please don't tell anybody. I wanted to make money, but I'm not a liar. I wanted to make money in this career. Now I just screwed myself. But you know what? I don't give a shit. The thing is that hip-hop is about being real. Hip-hop is about honesty and truth. And hip-hop is really inevitably about justice, too, I think. About justice for all, and in hip, I don't know, I've never had a problem. So, I don't know, that's all I have to say. I don't have a problem with the word gay, lesbian, homosexual, I guess maybe because that's me.
Okay. Cleared that one up real fast.
Okay. Everybody knows that that's what, if either you a hoe, you a bitch, or you supposed to be gay. In this business, what it is, and it's with any business, it's not only with rap music, it's with anything. The chick that works in Manhattan and wants to have her own company, and she's like, okay, have this done here, have this done. She said, and if she don't kick it to somebody that works in the job, then she's gay. Oh, well, what's the matter with her? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's male dominated, and you just have to expect that if you're a woman and you're strong and you're trying to do something and you don't take shit, that you're gonna be talked about, no matter what, especially if you don't let people know who you are and you don't let people into your business a lot, and then they're gonna sit there and then they're gonna make up what they think anyway. So they're gonna make up what they wanna, make up anyway. Because first they come, they try to get in your business. If they can't get in it, then bam.
Now, you know, I guess you could say Michael Jackson, Tony Braxton, all of this, like perfect examples, right? They want to get in his business so bad that they want to know everything. Hip hop artists is the same way. I've heard so many females in the hip hop industry. I couldn't even name them all. That's supposedly gay. It's pathetic, and I feel it's just a point that males feel like not every woman in the hip hop industry has like a salt and pepper look, where they wear this or that. So if you don't prove to them that because you have a different look, that you're still a lady under those clothes, that you got to be something other than that, and that's a problem as far as I'm concerned, because regardless to the fact, okay, yes, you're in the public eye, but whatever you do in your bedroom is your business, and that's the way it should be. And so the problem is that you have a lot of males that's in the industry, or a lot of males that are not even in the industry, and because you're on TV, they feel, oh, I got to get her, because it's a proof thing. I have to prove that, she's this, that, and the other. It's wrong, and I don't like it. I feel it's wrong. It could be said about, any female in the industry at any given point, and if rumors like that, circulate, that could really like destroy a person's career, and I feel it's wrong. Whether it's true or not, that is your business. I don't care if you're a man, that is your business. But for people to assume, and to circulate ideas like that, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's hard enough for women in this business, and we don't need the added pressure. And it's not even like it's coming from a girl. Once again, it's coming from a man. It's like it's pathetic.
Time immemorial, always, strong women, who have put themselves out and have asserted themselves and been affirmative and been strong and been even aggressive and ambitious for their own dreams, to fulfill their own dreams, and have therefore threatened male power. Male power. And I have to say, it's my experience as a white woman, that this is much more true of white men, for me. I don't know, I have always found black men to be less threatened, but that's my own experience of it. But, the reaction has been, hey, you're a dyke. Then you're a dyke because I want to put you in your place so you will shut up. And I'll tell you something else. It's up to people that are gay to not be threatened by that statement. It's up to everybody to not be threatened by the term "you're gay" and therefore you should be silenced. Everyone has to rise and be themselves and be proud to be themselves and not allow silence to happen. That's when we're all in trouble. And the other thing, I have to say one more thing. Gay people have a lot in common with black people right now in this point in history. Marginalized people have a lot in common. And I think we have to look at the commonality. We've got to look at the common ground. This is my own, it's my own thing. You might not agree if you're a black nationalist, but, I think that there are roads that we can take. We do have shared experience in being marginalized. We have to fight for certain civil rights and civil liberties to maintain them, to destroy and to keep away the hate mongers. And we have similar concerns and similar politics here. So let's find out about each other and why be threatened? We can help each other.
One more comment. Whatever the person is behind closed doors, what does that have to do with the product that they present to you?
Yep.
Do you go to a play and after you see or a ballet or something like that, and you say, oh well, he's gay, so I didn't like his performance? No. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Either you like the performance or you don't. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you a performance. I'm giving you something to listen to or whatever entertainment, whatever you do. What does that have to do with my performance? Whether it be on a job or not. I'm saying that should be your concern. Oh, Tiny was fat. That's it. Not Tiny was fat, but she's gay because she didn't talk to me. so it's kind of whack. But that has no rationality whatsoever. So it should not make a difference regardless. You know, it should.
A strong female on the basketball court, a strong female in the workplace, a strong female anywhere, it intimidates a man. And just like everyone said, if you're not in a situation where you let fellas push up on you or just basically say anything or do anything to you, then you're a dyke. And it's really sad that it's like that, but you know, it's a major insecurity in a man, and that's just the way it is. That's what it is. So.
A lot of my friends go through that every day. God tries to talk to them, and been talking to them all up and down the block, just walking around, and then you finally be like, no, I said hi, that's it. Oh, you butch. But you was just talking to me from down the corner. Do that make, so you telling me about it, said, well, come on, let's go to this hotel real quick. Everything would have been all right. I mean,
Then you'd have been a slut.
oh, right. I would have bitch.
Yeah, you're a slut.
You can't win. It's really sad.
I think I just destroyed my career.
You mentioned that blacks and gays have a lot in common, and I wanted to know what commonalities that you saw. And the other thing that I wanted to know is that you also mentioned about the gay movement and they have to be proud. What I do see in the gay community is a lot of racism, only because when I see gay people on television that's up on television saying, I'm gay and I'm proud and I'm head of this, you only see all white people. There is no black people, and it makes it seem almost that when you're talking about gay people that really have it together, you're talking about strictly white people. And then when they want to show the men that dress like women and the people that get beat up, then you see a whole bunch of black people come out of the warlocks, you know. I really, and then, you know, I understand that gay people are people, and I don't really see a commonality as gay and blacks because I see the racism right there in that community. So you as a gay person can help me more understand this.
Right. I agree. And I have reasons. I'm not a gay activist. I really identify more with women's activism. Women, all women. Not lesbian activism, but women's activism. But there is definitely, in the women's movement, in the gay movement, there is, you know, I can't deny that. There is a definite problem with racism, and with some of it is political. I'm not sure where it comes from. Some of it is political, some of it is emotional, some of it is just ignorance and not knowing how to transcend one's own community and interact with another community. And I have to say that happens with all of our communities. All of our marginalized communities, we're kept pretty divided. We're kept pretty divided. And I just wonder how much of it is the marginalized people, how much of it is the marginalized factions, and how much of it is coming from, you know, some other power source, which through a very, very old principle of divide and conquer, so does this. You know, it's a very old principle. Keep the people away from each other. Keep the people, different groups of people, different communities that may have similar concerns, opposed to each other, at each other's throats, fighting for crumbs, not even pieces of a pie, and then watch them go at each other while the white men, straight men, old white men, straight men in pinstripes on Wall Street get richer and richer, and the World Bank stays the same, and the capitalist, imperialist structure, which has invaded all of these, you know, watch them get stronger. I mean, I think the question has to be put in a different way, and we all have to think about it. What are our similarities? Yes, it's true. The gay movement has not been inclusive. The feminist white movement has not been inclusive. certain movements in black power movements have not been inclusive. Now, I'm sitting in this panel, can we go forward today?
Yeah.
And can we look at this? Can we find out how we can come together and create a commonality? And then look at the real issues. Because I don't know, but I feel like I feel like I wake up every day and I'm living someone else's agenda, and they do not want me here. I don't see, is there like one other white person here? Like, they don't want me here.
That's true.
You know? They don't want us relating.
They don't.
So let's do it. Obviously, there's some fear here.
Yeah.
The other question that I have is that, I see a lot, they can be fat, they can be ugly, they can have, 4 lips, 2 noses. But, when I see female artists, whether it's in the rap community or outside the rap community, pretty much they have to be about a size 5.
That's right.
Their hair,
Exactly.
whether it be weave or not, it has to be fly.
Uh-huh.
And, it's just a certain kind of look that we must have. And, has this affected you? Do you see this? Am I on my own?
No, I'm sorry. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I'm not moved by this whole weight thing. I don't feel I should, be slim, because I never was really slim. I like barbecue. I like steak macaroni and all that. I like fried fish and grits in the morning. And I'm not going to start eating granola. That, yeah. That's the way I live.
But do you feel it affects your career, though, in the business?
But yeah, it's true. They do want that. And for a while I was hung up on that. I was like, oh my God, I gotta, I want to get down to a 6 and everything. Next thing I'm starving, and I'm like, for what? They listening to my skills. They not taking me home with them. I'm trying to say, you buying my records, not me. So I'll be myself. Forget it. Like me thick or don't like me at all.
I went to back in the days, I went to like 2 different performances. One was like Salt and Pepper, and the other one was like Queen Latifah. Back in the days when they first,
Yeah.
All right. Salt and Pepper came out, in spandex. And before they even said anything, you got niggas jumping over seats. Your baby. And Queen Latifah came out, and everyone was like quiet. I'm talking about when she was in her opposite trip.
Yeah,
She
that's
came out,
right.
and they didn't.
That's
It was
right.
like this. What do they got to do with what she's saying? I don't understand. It's like, it's kind of sad because once again the males, yes y'all get up there and it's like all they worry about is whether they can see a breast or your baby or get what you got. That's all they concerned about. But a man can get up there and be fat and sloppy, the pants ain't. Come on, the fat boys. Hello. And they still listen to them. They got to
It's in the bone.
Wait a minute, and then they got these women that is like so, they're like so oblivious to what's going on around them. Getting on the stage with the G-strings and the booties and all this, and it's like, I think it's pathetic because what they're making it seem like is that a woman can't be good unless she's showing you something. It's like I like to dress like this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've always liked to dress like this. Like whatever's the scene that's happening in the hip hop community, whatever that is, that's the way I like to dress. I'm not gonna throw on some spandex and riding boots just so I can get people to go, ho. I mean, it's sad.
But most of the people that do wear spandex, I'm talking about like, I'm not gonna name no groups and that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying most of the people that do wear a lot of spandex and,
They ain't got no
up their
skills.
butt and stuff. We still here. brothers in their bathing suits, and I could be like, you know what I'm saying? Let
In
me
your
have
fly
one.
dress.
Let me have one a two-piece suit, and let me have 5 or 6 different brothers walking around with G-strings and speedos, and me and all my friends at the barbecue talking. Why can't we do it? As soon as we want to do that, then it's time to ban stuff. You
I know. Oh.
Hey,
Once again, that's the thing where, it's just, it makes it that much harder for the females to do something positive. And that's where I think that females we should step up and just, kick that knowledge from that it shouldn't be like that. Or better yet, just band together,
But then again,
so that we all have something to bring to the table and to let them know that it's just not going to be that easy where you can just do this to us in the industry. So.
But sometimes it's the female's fault because a lot of times you get to the record industries and I could be like this and the record industry be like, the label be like, all right, Touch, you gotta take off that top. We want to put you in a brassiere and that's it. And tighten those pants up. Get a size 3. What are you, a 5? Get a 3. And they go for it just so they could get signed. And that's what some of the problem is because they make it worse on the ones that come behind us. They be like, well, they did it, so why you can't do it? And that's one of the reasons I liked Escape when they came out because their talent was just their talent. It didn't have nothing to do with like what they had on. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to come out, all tied up just to prove what they have. And I don't feel it should have to be like that with anybody. And if the women that get signed keep allowing the males or whoever is behind the controls to say, no, you gotta lose 15 pounds in order to get signed with the signing bonus, then everybody behind them is gonna have to do the same thing. And that's what they gotta stop doing.
The question is though, would Escape have sold more records if they were in mini skirts and
I don't think so.
tight things?
they would have sold the same amount.
I don't think so. I think that your talent should speak for itself, period. Your talent should speak for itself in whatever arena, in your personal business, whatever. It's just your talent should speak for itself. That's it. If you're a bump, you're a bump. Let's get rid of you. That's it. Bum in shorts and spandex or bum in a long, 2 sizes bigger. Whatever, your talent should speak for itself. That's it.
I feel you should be able to do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? If your style is like Tim and you wear, you know what I'm saying, called Kanai and stuff like that, then that's you. If you like to dress, and you like to wear things like me, I like to wear bodysuits, I can't help that. But if that's what I like to wear, I like to wear that. If she wants to wear, hoodies and stuff like that, then she wears hoodies. But don't, like Tanya was saying, let them dictate to you what you're supposed to do.
That's what I'm saying. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Well, it's all part of selling sex, and objectification of women is about selling sex. And of course sex sells more because, look, we live in a culture, a capitalistic culture which is driven by selling sex, from Madonna to Jackson to Calvin Klein to every other. Did you see those advertisements like on the bus things that they go, here, these are the finest things in life, and they have different parts of a woman. The finest things in life. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They have like the Michelangelo, like beautiful statues and beautiful real things and objects of art. And then they have a woman's breast and a woman's poussoir. This is like, hello, objects of love. And then, this is called objectification. And this sells because the media punches us with it every single day we rise, man. We are getting subliminal messages. Look at those Camel cigarette stuff. Teenage smoking is up. Why? Because penises are selling them. Let's face it. So probably would sell more records. But yes, we should be able to be the image that we create daily. We should be able to change our images. But let's face it, the record companies want you to be one image alone. I think Tribe, I don't know, I would like to ask you a question, you guys. Is that okay? Just about Tribe and the image, and some different rap groups' images. Like, Queen Latifah was really intelligent in creating her image, really intelligent. Like, she was brilliant in a way. She had great management or something. And then Tribe, there's a certain sort of intelligence and de la behind their image too, because they're not stuck. If they come out with some new image next album, we'll be going, wow, man, these guys are completely creative. Wow, they are so dope. They're coming out with some creative thing. You know, but other people get caught, other rappers get caught, and groups get caught in one image, and then that's it, man. You gotta play that image, but the times change, and that image is no longer hitting. It's not hitting the chord, so you gotta really, think that out.
That also comes across in your music also. If you get stuck in the same music, like the MC Light went to her love thing, her sales went down. He was like, MC Light talking about love. I don't want to hear that. So it's like, that's why, I guess you need to have a certain degree of versatility in whatever you do, because otherwise you're gonna get stuck in one path, and that's the only way they're gonna want to see you. And then when you deviate from that, it's a problem, and you'll see it in your money. I'll tell you that much. So you have to have, I guess, a certain degree of versatility. You can't have the same thing all the time.
Shit.
Don't
tell anybody.
Is there a defined dress for hip hoppers, the hip hop community?
Yeah, well, the real fun dress,
Not really, because everybody is creative. Everybody make up their own figures. Like, I might go to a party and whatnot, and tell you, like, damn, where you get that boots from? And I'm like, well, that's where you get that vest from. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can mix and match, and we come up with our own style, and people think that is a style. It's just us expressing ourselves. The way we, the way we are. How you dress is who you are.
Because I remember one situation in particular where I wore a dress to an industry party, and comments were made like, that's intimidating to people, or people will think that you're not part of the hip hop community. And my whole thing is that if I'm working a 9 to 5 and I'm going to a party after my job, I'm not going back home to change to please nobody. If I went to work in a 2-piece suit and it's a skirt, so be it. If I have on heels, so be it, because this is all part of me. Yeah, I have my Timberlands, I have my jeans, but I am just a versatile person. Some days I wear a ponytail, the other days my hair can be out, because I feel free with myself like that. But and I wanted to clarify that, because a lot of people stereotype rap to being people with hoods and boots and sneakers, when I think we're much, much more diversified people. And I think that's also in our communities where people say, well, we are all black people, we all must be the ones in jail, and we're all the ones, the dreads of the world. And I think the other thing also is that when you're talking about the dress, we have to let people know that we're diversified. If not, they'll still keep putting the stereotypes. See, they can't put all of us on TV. They can't put every different style on TV. But they can put the most popular style. And once they put that most popular style, then once you see that person on the train, you see yourself clutching your purse. And we got to go away from that and show the community that there's, you can't tell who's going to rob you. It could be the little old white lady, asking you for, oh, you got a dime? I lost my money, and take your purse. You never know. So, we have to define that for people so that people know. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Oh, yes. Well, it's not really a question, it's more like a comment. It's not really a question. A question is more like a comment on some of the things that we spoke about before. Something that starting with the bitch hole syndrome and stuff like that. I don't think not to trivialize it or to make it make a mountain out of a molehill. It's every action causes a reaction. It's when you say it and children begins to internalize it and then they begin to act upon it. There's a lot of disrespect of women now in the industry, in the world, in society, period, because of the fact of the white straight becomes internalized into the children. Like Tanya said, yes, it is us who are mothers, it is up to us to raise our black young men to respect women and things of that nature. But then, you
all our parents told us don't do this or maybe not do that, and, we have done it. We have done it. So it's like, it's a catch-22 situation, but, it's something that is very tricky and we need to really think about, it's just the internalization of it. And not to trivialize the gay alliance and the issue, because that is the issue. Nobody should be discriminated against at all, no matter how they feel, no matter what they do, what their sexual preference is. No one should be discriminated against because we are human beings and we all have human rights. But I don't necessarily agree that you can equate black racism and the gay issue. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many years of a difference in terms of that, but no one should be discriminated against. No one. No, there should be no racism. But that's just like saying the sky should be blue always, and it's not. It's just, this is life we live in. We take the bitter with the sweet, and we keep going on.
Can I just say one thing to that? And I was not trying to associate those two. What I am asking is, where can we build alliances? Where is the fight so similar that we can't afford not to build alliances and that we can support each other's struggles? Where can't we do that also, would be the next question. But where can we? Where can we?
On this, but I beg to disagree with that once an artist gets money, they have an understanding of a value system. I think, as a matter of fact, once an artist get money, they lose that value system that they had when they was real.
When after they get money, they turn different. A lot of them just turn straight up stuff up. They ain't trying to deal with you, period. They don't, or better yet, they forget where they came from. There's a lot of them like that. So you can't really say when they get money, well, now that I got some cash in my pocket, I'm just gonna change and I'm gonna do better. Because the majority of them don't.
I don't say that they do better. I'm not saying that they do better, but what I'm saying is that their whole social behavior changes. You have people that get money, and then,
I have to respect what you're saying, but I just don't, I don't justify it. The majority of the time, when they change, it's for the worse. And overall, they do. It's for the worse. It's very seldom for the better.
And then
I just wanted to make the one comment about the comment about gays and blacks and the similar struggles.
I'm gonna let you get to that comment, but let's finish this one discussion that we on, because, and you can have that comment. Let her finish her comment when I make a comment on her comment. What I would like to say is that we have to get that out of our mind, that once somebody makes some money, their social being changes. It's a psychological thing. You can take the girl out the street, but you can't take the street out the girl. And it's the same thing in the hip-hop community. You are taking people off the street, taking them into mainstream society, making them millionaires. They don't know how to respond to this. So either they're going buck wild crazy, or they got white people handling their money that won't have nothing to do with the black community, because it's not in their artist's best interest, as they feel. So we have to understand that, and the best thing that we can do is help our young people now with their psychological and self-esteem. We have to build self-esteem in our people. Too many times we hear you guys are ignorant, you stupid, and these are words that are not curse words, but these hurt more than any curse word.
But I think that it was touched upon when someone had said something about the media. We can all say that you can take a person off the street, but you can't take the street out of a person. But I could think of many, many, many rock stars that have been arrested. Rod Stewart, Paul McCartney was arrested at least 10 times for cocaine possession. So, to focus on, to say that blacks become rappers and make money, and the majority of them are still street hoods or something, I think that's just feeding into them, because that's what it's all about. I can't even name the amount of rock stars that have been arrested. White male rock stars that, come on. And their lyrics are 10 times worse than any lyrics that a rap star sings. You know, suicide is better than anything else.
And they're doing it.
And they're doing it. And their children are doing it. That's why they're trying to bar rock music.
And it's not in the news.
It's not in the news, though. It's not in the news. And Ozzy Osbourne was in court 5 different times because his lyrics encouraged murder, suicide. You know how many children died over listening to this man? Like, they're doing all the crime. They're, you know, the heathens or whatever.
Charles Manson t-shirts.
Oh, yes, yes. But the comment I wanted to make on the gay, but I think that we have to realize that gay people have been struggling with this need for identity and acceptance for, I don't know, thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? This has always been in the closet. So I definitely equate it with the black struggle. Because although that we were enslaved and that we had segregation and we still dealing with discrimination now, these people couldn't even, they couldn't even be who they were at all. They were hiding, they were trying to cope and adjust just like we were, you know? And I think that we have to realize that the only way we can overcome and become successful in our acts is to unite and to gain power, not reject, you know, fellowship.
Oh, I do see unity there. I see that there's a way that gays and blacks can, you know, work in a community. If we had a choice whether or not we could claim ourselves to be black, there would be a lot less black people in this world.
Thank you.
And, you know, if not to say that people choose whether or not they're gay, because they don't, you know, there's some people that choose to be gay and there's some people that are born gay. And, you know, if they want to have it in the closet, they can have it in the closet. When I go on an interview, if a white gay person goes on an interview, they are being judged on their skills. When a black person walks into an interview, they're thinking right away, oh, this is one of these people. I wonder if she really dressed like this on a regular basis, or if she just here dressed like this for the interview. These are the things that we have to face. We have to deal with the struggle. I would never have known Heavy was gay unless she told me. You know?
Shit, I fucked myself. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm saying, and I think that's a big difference. And it's not that I you know, I do feel insulted in a way that is equated, because I don't see it at all. I see their struggle and I sympathize.
Yeah, like I'm saying, related to her comment about the struggle being, you know, related and stuff like that. I see what you're saying, but I also have to say that, you know what I'm saying, that black people, you know what I'm saying, gay people, you know what I'm saying, when they say they're gay, they just consider gay. You know what I'm saying, they outcast. Black people, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have to come over here on a boat. You know what I'm saying, we lost more than our identity. They struggling for their identity. We lost our identity. It was taken from us. You know what I'm saying?
So can I say about the gay bashing?
I'm saying any kind of bashing is wrong, no matter what you bash, you know what I'm saying? But then you have to think about it like this. It is more likely for a black person to be lynched than a gay person to be bashed. You know what I'm saying? Black people if you're white and you are gay and you're walking down a white block, you're still white. You know what I'm saying? But if you're black and you're gay and you're walking down a white block, you're a black gay walking down a white block. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say something real quick. I know my little brother Rohan, you know, carried away. Yeah, but problem with a lot of things where, okay, now we having the panels and we getting information, everybody is learning something and whatnot. I'm getting hyped. But the problem rest is it's not even okay, who's there? Because right now we're still all in the process of trying to find out what the main problems are, what we should be focusing on. And the thing about it is that, okay, now we know what the problems are, they are established. Let's try to find a solution and stop saying that's this person and that person and this is wrong and that's wrong. We know what the problems are, we know what the issues are, let's just work at the solution. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, no more pointing, no more fingers. Just get shit done.
Yeah, and another thing that was said earlier, you know what I'm saying, y'all was talking about racism in general. You You know what I'm saying? Everybody was saying the black and white thing, the black and white thing. We hear it continually. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I can't, like my little sister, she's very dark skinned and she can't go to school if I come home talking about she had a fight because somebody called the black. You know what I'm saying? And her school is basically called yellow when she walks down the block. You know what I'm saying? So we continually talking about the white thing, but we have racism in our own community. Everybody's talking about, ways, prejudice. But still, you know what I'm saying? It's put there by the same person. It's put there by the same person.
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer.
The fact of the matter is,
You got to learn the meaning of words. You got to know what we're talking about in today's society if we're going to get anywhere. You have to know what everything means. You cannot say this and that.
And we have to know where we come together, all of us, whatever color we are. We have to know where we have common ground.
I still feel that, I know you feel you want this shit like into the weather, because see, what you don't understand is that, maybe not you, but people like you way back when messed us all up. So now we got to get together before we can even think about saying, I want to get with you. And like you were saying, let me explain it to you. I'm dark skinned, and when I grew up, I was harassed, put down by black people. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like white people. I used to play ball for my school, and I used to get the most messed up of names called at me during the game. You know what I'm saying? From black people. And it's really pathetic because, children, they take that and they keep it in. Those type of things never leave you. I'm an adult now and I'm grown, but it has never left me. But I'm saying right now, even in today's society, you see like a dark-skinned guy will only be with a light-skinned woman, or a light-skinned girl will only, a light-skinned man won't be with a dark-skinned girl, or, things like that. And it's like it's this proof thing in our own communities, which is pathetic. We all one. The only reason why we are of different distinctions is because we was raped back when. You know what I'm saying? Or else we all would be my complexion, because when you go to Africa, you don't see not a light-skinned soul in there unless somebody done got raped by somebody else.
I'm sorry, but there are light-skinned people in Africa, and they've
Right,
always been
but
there
no.
from the beginning of times, and there have always been African people with straight hair from the beginning of times, and I don't think that you should make statements like that,
I don't agree
because
with
I
that.
think there is just as much racism as against dark-skinned people, but with people of my complexion with straight hair.
That's true.
That's
She's right about that, because I have been told
Uh-uh.
that I ain't really black because I have a straighter nose as opposed to I don't have an African nose. Okay, so she's very correct on that. So,
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that basically everybody's going around screaming. I went to Canarsie, we was in the African American Club, everybody going around screaming, the struggle must continue and all of that. You know what I'm saying? All that's fine and dandy, but who we fighting? We don't even know who we fighting.
That's
there you
right.
go.
And that's right.
That's right.
That is the best point of this panel. Who are we fighting?
That's it.
And the cream like that one. My only comment about this whole negativity about the lyrics in hip hop is that when I was growing up, it didn't take for a record to be played in order for me to hear that negative language. It was in the household. It was stated to me growing up by uncles, aunts, and cousins. You bring your stupid little, or you shut the. That's the first thing. Second thing, parents who denounce hip hop or adults who denounce hip hop, they need to get educated on things. Because when I speak to an adult and I'm not educated about the topic, they tell me, brother, you better do your research before you come and try to join our conversation. They need to do the same. See, and among black people, we have a thing about talking down to each other. And adults do that. They talk down. If I have an idea, I'm going to bring it to somebody who's supposed to have wisdom, who can guide me. Our parents seem like they don't want to guide us. They want us to be safe. Don't build no hip-hop museum. Don't put on conferences, because they mean nothing, but they do mean something. They're just not here to witness, to listen, to learn. from what we have to say. And that's the most important thing.
And believe me, you know, we publicize events. We go specifically to parents. We go to people that have kids and ask them, bring your child and please come and listen. Do not just leave your child here. Come and listen and join in the conversation at hand. But I don't know what it is with parents. They just don't seem to be interested right now. Monday through Friday, we work. At 6 o'clock, I come home, I cook, and I want to go to sleep.
And that's the problem.
And Friday and Sunday, Saturday, I am cleaning. Sunday, I'm going to church, and that's my week. And it seems like that is the cycle they're in. They have no time for community. They have no time to spend quality time with their kids. They think quality time with kids is taking them to the mall and buying them Nikes.
And let me add. See, the problem is, that statement here, I'm a school teacher. I've been teaching in public schools for 5 years. The educational system is a problem too, because the parents don't use the school as an educational institution for which it was meant. It's a babysitting service. So, in this bad weather we had recently, when we had like 12, 13 inches, hey, bad weather, you have to pick your kids up. Parents is coming to pick their kids up, knowing that they were home. You don't send a child who's in the 2nd or 3rd grade out to 14 inches of snow. Parents have a responsibility to their kids. If you do not, or you are not responsible for your kid, you cannot hold no hip-hop artist, no TV star, no athlete, whoever, accountable for what you have not done. And kids are not hip. Kids really, dealing with the kids I deal with, like Trip, my kids don't really have problems as bad as kids in the 600 school, but they have emotional problems. And when they're in that classroom setting with me, everything is cool. Everything is cool, but see, I can't take them home and I can't give them the love and the direction that they need. So when they come back the next day, they just as screwed up because they got to go back to the same nonsense they left that morning. So it's hard. Parents, people have to be accountable, and these so-called leaders are truly not leaders. You're a leader, you're a leader, you're a leader, and everybody need to take their shot at helping somebody else.
I ain't afraid to say, you know what I'm saying, I was a little roughneck way back and all that shit, and I went to the 600 school too, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna tell you straight up like this. All them kids in the 600 school, ain't nobody got no problems. Everybody just want to have an excuse, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I had an excuse too until my sister told me, you know what I'm saying? I went through her speeches every
my
fucking
student
day.
right there, I got him a job
Every day I heard her speeches.
the record label that I'm on, and you know what I'm saying, I'm proud of him because when I first hit him, he never come to class, never listen, stuff like that. And he said he likes, you know, hip hop and everything like that. So I sat down and talked to him 100 times. I talked to him, come back in September, you be doing the same thing again. Next year, come back, you be doing the same thing again. Until he finally got serious, and I hooked him up and stuff. So now he on the right track, you know what I'm saying? He's in school, he's in a work program, you know what I'm saying? So I think you should give him a hand, because he's
And maybe Ben and Trip can talk about some of the things, because Ben is an elementary teacher, and I'm not sure what the 600 is, but I think that y'all can expound on what these kids know at such a young age, because, you know, I'm shocked to know some of the things that they are experiencing in their own lives. So
Well, you have to understand, say, us kids, coming from a kid in my life, you know what I'm saying? Us kids, first thing we learn when we get up is, you know what I'm saying, mom's at work, mom's trying to make, which is a pretty experience, because I want to wear Nikes and all that shit too. Last year, when I was selling drugs with the niggas on the block, I was wanting new kicks every day. Look at my kicks now. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, damn, I can't wait till I get some money so I can get my new kicks, right? It's like, that's the first thing we know. It's all about money. You know what I'm saying? And we used to go by a rule around the way back on those, we used to go by a rule, you know what I'm saying? If money is the root of all evil, if the love money is the root of all evil, you know, give me the root and I'll take the evil. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing we learn. And after money comes, you know what I'm saying? After money, you know, we all go through the death experience as a kid. After money, you have to learn how to, they teach you, the first thing that the people teach you that when you grow up is like, you can't have respect for nobody else's life. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else, because that person who you have respect for their life, that's going to be the person who take you out. So that's how we learn to live. You know what I'm saying? So daily we living by the trigger. It was times when I was sleeping with the gun under my bed because I knew niggas was coming in my house. You know what I'm saying? And it was times we had to go like that. And you know what I'm saying? And it don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of guidance here, it takes a little bit of guidance, but you ain't gonna do nothing. Like she said, I was still cutting class after she was talking to me. know what I'm saying? And it takes up to you when you get this out, when you got a goal, you know what I'm saying? When Claude came to me, it was like, you ain't doing shit unless you get in school. You know what I'm saying? When Trip was like, I ain't letting you do, I ain't want to hear your raps unless you get in school. You know what I'm saying? When everybody came together with me and it was like, yo, constantly school, 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 I was like, yo, school's kind of important. You know what I'm saying? So I got you something.
I wanted to know what are some of the experiences that, you know, these young people go through.
Now, I'm gonna give the mic back to Ben, but I'm just saying, as a person, I came out of a good home, but I was still a problem child because of experiences that happened to me in my early childhood. Many bad experiences, so therefore I was a troubled child, so to speak, but I managed to suppress my depression long enough to stay at the top of my grade. I was always the top average student, you know, and I hung out, and I was drinking, hanging out, you know, partying. I was doing it all, you know, but I did have problems, which eventually I had to take care of it, and I did. You know, there are students, just because, you know, there's one person saying, fuck you, and fuck you, bitch, and I ain't listening, that don't necessarily mean that they have really problems or troubles. They're just being rebellious and mean, and they're angry about something, and they just can't, you know, express it. So that's the way they express it. I never expressed my anger or my sadness or my depression. I kept it inside. I wanted to, you know, express it like so many of us through art. You know what I'm saying? And my art form is how I express my discontent, and that's why I'm so good at it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, everybody who appears to have a problem, you know, I was well dressed. I was neat. I was one of the, you should be like Ephraisha because she's a good student. You know, she stays out of trouble. No, you should not be. I would have told you, you better not be like me. I got problems. You know, don't fuck with me. I got problems.
I can totally agree with that. Because, you know, there was top 10% here of my class, but you know, I have problems, and in order for me to solve my problems, I gotta be the best student I can be so I can get on up out of here, get a job, so I can move on with my life. Because I know that, you know, a lot of times the problems that you have, it's the people around you. And you have to take yourself out of that community, whether it's moving from one borough to the next or moving from one state to the next. You have to take yourself up out of the situation.
I just want to say something about money. Money isn't the root of all evil. Assholes with money is the
That's
root of all
right.
evil.
That's right.
I mean, as a teacher, I just wanted to add, I have parents come to me and say, well, I can't check my child's homework at night, I can't do this, because I'm working 2 jobs and 3 jobs. And I had to tell this one parent that simply is like this. If you work hard and you claim you're doing it for that child, you're going to lose that child if you don't interact with that child, because all that you're building up to get these materialistic things for that child, it means nothing. Because in the end, you're going to say, but I worked my behind off for you. But you know what that child's simply going to say? But mama, you wasn't there for me. I had everything in the house, but I didn't have you, mama, and that's all I need. And that's what I tell the parents. And kids really don't come to school saying, oh, the H this, the B that. Kids they get with a hook. They like that, hey, ho. Kids like the fun things. They don't come to school saying, oh, I want to buck, shoot you dead.
No.
My experience in my school, kids don't say that. Kids talk about the things that are fun and they can dance to and they can move to. You know what I'm saying? They only use that foul language because they say, that's what she said to me. That's what he said to me. You know, my mother speaks like that, so my father speaks like that. My uncle, my sister taught me that. So it ain't like Snoop Dogg taught me that. It ain't like that.
I want you to talk about when you were a guidance counselor, because I was surprised to know that, you know, 7-year-olds are dealing with the fact that their parents are on drugs and, you know,
Yeah,
that type of
kids
situation.
deal with that. I mean, the problem is so complex that they just point out rap and say, hey, we got to find something because we don't want it to be turned on us. Kids, I've dealt with kids who have parents shot in front of them, who've had, their younger sisters molested next to them in the room by their uncle or somebody. And for them to come to school, that's a relief for these kids to come to school. That's why they acting out. They don't have no educational problem. I don't believe in special ed class. I believe if you sit a kid down and you explain to them that I care about you, I want to teach you something, they'll learn. But once once you push a child to the side and say, yo, you got problems, you sick, your mama's sick, your brother's sick, then kids say, hey, if I'm all that, then I'm gonna show you I'm all that. Because if you keep telling the child they ain't nothing, they gonna prove to you they nothing. They gonna say, mama, you said I was nothing, daddy said I was nothing.
Like in my school, okay, it's almost to in the beginning of September, and I said to the principal, I said, okay, check this out. I already know I could break it down to you right now what you need to do to make the school better. I said, you got kids that are on 9th and 10th grade reading level, then you got kids that's on 4th grade reading level, then you got kids that can't read at all. You know what I'm trying to say? Why don't you go and get yourself some books on phonics, take all the kids in the school that don't know how to read and make a class for them. That way, they won't be embarrassed and feel like they're the only ones in the school who can't read. How you gonna put a kid that can't read in the same class with somebody that's on grade level? You know what I'm trying to say? But you know what? Know what it was all about? She's worried about the attendance and whether or not her school's gonna get closed and she's gonna be out of a job. So then she'd rather keep these kids and their minds, excuse expression, all fucked up so that she can keep her doors open so she can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because if they close her school, she's out of a job. You know what I'm trying to say? So keep the kids in their heads. As long as we got fucked up black kids in the school, I'm getting paid. And you're black yourself.
I can relate to what Tripp's saying. I can relate to what Tripp's saying because I know I was always above grade level in reading and stuff like that. We went to class and we was reading and stuff like that. And I used to just bust out them books like it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? This kid named Mike, he was my best friend, but he wasn't too good at reading. You know what I'm saying? Every time I read something, he'd get mad at me, he'll flip, he'll break out the classroom, he won't come back for another 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, yo, Mike, where was you, man?
Come back for 2 or 3
He might not come back. There was times he would come back for a couple of months. I'm like, yo, Mike, where was you at? Yo, I was selling drugs out. What's that gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna die quick doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen many people die quick doing that. You know what I'm saying? Get out the business. You don't need to be doing that. Nah. But I can't read like you.
You have him where he'll be on grade level and then he'll come into class and see kids in the class that can't do stuff and he's getting A, B, and C, first grade math, and then they'll get mad and be like, I'm gonna be here a whole year doing this and I'm doing 10th grade math, what am I getting 1 + 2 for? And then he'll stop coming to school and he'll come for 6 months because he's insulted by this work. You know what I'm trying to say? Where the other kids will see him get mad and hear him say baby work, then they'll leave and say, oh, I'm doing baby work. They'll get embarrassed and then you don't have nobody. That's the whole point.
You wanna teach reading?
Plus our books is outdated.
Yeah, they are. 1976, look in the pictures in the books that we got. Kids got on
Right.
bell bottoms.
Bring hip hop into the schools. Bring us into the schools. Let's do hip hop. Let's
That's what I'm
teach
saying.
language that kids understand.
I
Let's
wanna-
do it in a rhythmic way. And let's do it with music. You
I
can
want to know
read
how we don't got no producers or nobody big time coming to our schools, you know what I'm saying? But still, we got cops coming in there every 2 minutes.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's been to a time like last year where we was rumbling with the cops. The whole school was rumbling with the cops.
That got beat up by the cops last year because.
And it was like walking to the train station. I got my gat, you got his, whatever.
Somebody made a crank call to said that kids from my school were over in McDonald's, holding up McDonald's. They brought a task force from Long Island to come to Brooklyn, to come to get these kids. And the kids
During
are
the
just
time of the
outside
riots.
for lunch. Notice, these kids are just outside for lunch, right? They come and they just punching up these kids and beating them with batons and stuff like that. There was a special teacher's assistant. She had on a sweatsuit. She's outside trying to get the kids to come back in the school building, and the cop grabs her and starts beating her up, thinking that she's one of the students. But their justification for all of that was the fact that somebody called and said McDonald's was being held up. But when you went into McDonald's and didn't see any students in there, now what's your reason?
Also in regards to the education system, not everybody is made for school. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like sit down math 1, 2, 3. Not every kid is made for that, and there's not enough vocation. A lot of kids are good with their hands. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids are good with art. And it seems like in regards to, because I know what it's like to get into a specialized high school, whatever. Yeah. The criteria sucks. You know why they turned me down from Norman Thomas? Because they let somebody from class 9, 7, something like that get in, and I'm in the top of my class and I couldn't get in because it's a ratio factor. They get more money by letting people who are not gonna progress in that school to be allotted a slot, then you know, and it's sad, and there's not enough vocational schools. Like, the one thing I was really surprised that they have a school for like learning stuff about the trains, MTA, mass transit school, and I was shocked. I was really shocked. They need to have more things like that, because not a lot of kids are academic. They can be, a lot of them are vocational, and that's what they're best at. And when you get to the 9th grade, they should know that by then, and they should route you to what you are better at, not try to stick you in something that you're gonna be sitting there like, well, you know, all they need is the basics, and then they can move on from there, because not most kids are gonna use calculus. What do they need it for? You know, you're gonna sit there and fail.
One correction to what you said, the parents should route their child in the
True,
correct
parents
direction.
also,
not the
but what
teachers so
about,
much.
I mean, come on, if you see, the problem is that there's a lot of teachers that, why is it that somebody gets to the 9th grade and don't know how to read? That's the teacher's fault. That's not the parents' fault.
No, it is the parents'
It's
fault
both.
to a degree. How can you allow your child to go to the next grade knowing that your child does not read?
Let me explain something to you. The problem could be also that the teacher's just giving this kid's grade, and there are kids that will bring the grade to the parent every single day and be getting fees, whatever, and it's wrong. And there's a lot of parents that don't know the word.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. When I was younger, I used to come home from school. It used to bug me out. My mother used to sit me down in the kitchen and say, "What did you learn in school today? Let me see your notebook." Parents don't do that anymore. And you don't ask the child to pick up a book and read it for you, or read the newspaper, read this article. My father used to say, "Read this article to me." If I couldn't read the article, my father would wonder what was going on.
Let me explain something to you. They have sequential math classes, all right? That's totally different math from the math that my mother learned, all right? I could go and sit in front of my mother and be like, this is supposed to be like, and she won't even know.
But does your mother give you the opportunity to tell you to sit down and do all that? We talking about today, not when you went to school. That's the point.
If a parent, I'm saying, what about the parents that do that every day?
And their kids succeed if they are involved with their children. If you're not involved with your child.
Listen, what I'm saying to you is, what if it's you, Ben, that when you was back in school, you learned math one way, okay? And that was the way you learned it. But now they got some old new job, and they always getting something new with math, to do algebra and all that. And the child brings it to you, and they like, no, Ma, it's supposed to be like this. And you be like, are you sure? And they look at the book, and they don't even really understand. They are going to allow that kid to go on. And if the teacher is just laying back, giving grades, this child will get out of school not even know how to multiply the correct.
But let me tell you something about the Board of Education. Regardless of your child knows anything for that academic year, because of his age, he will be promoted.
I know somebody.
Trust me, when I first got in the school system, I had a 3rd grade class. I had 32 kids in my class. 18 of the kids should have been left behind. 3rd grade, you know what the assistant principal for 3rd grade told me? I don't believe in leaving kids behind in elementary school. It kind of messes them up. I said, well, if you push them on, you're going to mess them up even more. If the parents don't come up, I had one parent come up since I've been teaching that held their child back. And that was the smartest thing I ever seen. Most parents don't know what's going on with their kids. Most parents don't come to PTA meetings. Most parents don't come up to school. Only time a parent comes up to school in the 90s, in which we are at present, when the child gets smacked upside the head by a teacher or knocked in the mouth by another kid and they want to sue. And that's what it's all about, money, I'm telling you.
Okay, and you know, some teachers used to send letters home. Teachers
used to care, in other words. That's what we don't have teachers who care.
No, right.
That's the problem.
I'm saying it's a give and take of both. But okay, say it is that parent that's working 2 jobs, not to give a kid what they need on their back, but just to survive. Okay, just make it, so to speak. This parent may be trying the best that they can, but they're not doing what they're supposed to. And there's teachers that don't even let the parents know what is going on in school. They don't write them notes. If you don't do stuff in school, you get a big red tag.
Excuse me. I think we're getting off the subject here, and the comment that I want to say to you about people that have 2 kids, they only have 2 jobs, they got to work 3 jobs in order to make it. People really need, and if you do not have a child right now, you need to sit down and plan to have a child. Just don't say, oh, I'm ready to have a baby, and have a baby. It is an investment. It's a lifetime investment. You need to plan how you're going to make the money, How are you gonna support the child? Can you afford to have 2 kids in the 90s? Or can you only afford to have 1? Is your husband going to be willing to stay home while you at work, or are you gonna be home while he's at work? Or is he gonna work nights and you gonna work days? Because when I was growing up, I tell you what, my father worked in the days and my mother worked at nights. So, it's just a total different situation nowadays where people are just having kids without even acknowledging the fact that it has to be planned.
And there's nothing new, because when I was in school, just like your teachers told you, I'm gonna get paid regardless if you're learning anything. So it's nothing new what's going on. If the parents, from September 14th or whenever we started to the present, and if you could not show no book reports, no grades, if a teacher gonna sit there and say, well, I passed your child got a 90 average. Let me see the child's test score. Well, I don't have my book with me. Then you complain to the principal, and if the principal don't do nothing, you take it to the chancellor's office or whatever. But other than that, parents don't do that. So everything boils down to the parents. And remember, a lot of teachers who do care, like myself, like Trip, you know what's gonna happen? They can't fight the powers that be up ahead. That I tell you. Nah, we can't deal with it. You're causing too much. If they can't fire us, they're gonna harass us until we decide we gotta get out of this situation. And that's what time it is.
And you know what? We're not few in number because we all
I know
have.
what's going on with you. And her defense with me was, if you don't hear me say that, and you don't hear me speak to people that way, then why are you doing it? And it was that I couldn't argue with that. What was I going to tell her? It was nothing to be said, because she was the higher authority in my life. She was just that, and it begins with the home. We put too much, emphasis on they ought to teach my child. You ought to teach your child. Stop saying they. They do this to us. They do this. What do we do to ourselves? How can we help ourselves? Basically, we just ask. You always expect somebody to do something for us. It's us. We do for self. And if we can take care of our own backyards and everybody, society be clean, it'd be less pollution.
Since they never gave us what ages in the music.
Now to getting back to the hip hop scene. What do y'all think right now? We got 100 congressional black women. They're doing a campaign to get rid of hip hop.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? No, check this out.
Before you say it's not gonna happen, look at history. Just take a look at history. We have always, could you put the mic down? We have always sat back and said, oh, it ain't gonna happen. They can't kill Malcolm. They can't kill Martin. No way. It can't happen. These things can't happen in our community. But it has always happened. Now we need to get some kind of plan going. And write those letters. Let people know we like rap music, we enjoy it, and we feel our parents are capable enough to tell us what we can and cannot listen to. But I would like to know, what do you see the future of hip hop being, and how do you see the future with females in hip hop?
I for one feel that rap is gonna change. It's always changing, in a sense that it's just like any other music. And see, people are not trying to see that. Rap is just like any other music. Rap is just a new form of music that's just blown up in so many different ways. It's like now we got reggae, hip hop with rockers. We got it with rock. We have it with jazz. We have it with R&B. Everything. We got just like any other music with rock and roll. They got heavy metal. They have soft rock. They have CV 101. And rap is like an entity all by itself, where we have it. Every aspect of music rap is involved in now. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just going to blow up even more. And that's what they're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're afraid of, because it's to the point that they thought they would have it under control. And now it's in so much demand that it's not in control anymore. So
It's going to blow up and all that, but the main point that we have to remember is as many as the other art forms that we have were taken away from us. We now have a little bit more power to not allow that to happen, and we're going to have to do something about that in regards to, because rock and roll was taken from us, jazz also, you know what I'm saying? So, and they gave that a hard time, and they allowed it for a little piece of time, but you notice most of the jazz artists nowadays ain't black. Okay? Okay, so, one thing we gonna have to do is not let, it may sound wrong of me, but that's the way I feel. I feel that we have to keep it in our communities, keep a hold on it. Not that it can't venture out into other communities, but we have to be behind the controls of it because otherwise we won't have it no more. And then it'll just be something that's just happening, you know? That's the way I feel.
Rap is on the rise. That's just how I feel. And we as artists have to, like you said, keep control.
How do you see female?
Oh,
We gonna keep striving up.
that's right.
We ain't gonna let the brothers, they have too much, we getting up there, we change styles and everything.
We'll take that. Yeah.
The girl
in the head, these girls are right.
We had a question that I'm just gonna put this out, for what it's worth. If we react to the reaction to hip hop, we react to the censorship issue and this paranoia about rap. If we as artists react to that overreaction by saying, well, we can be gangsters, well, we can say F and ho and bitch and we keep going in and spiraling in, then we're not evolving, we're caving in. We can't react, we have to be responsible, we have to respond and keep opening up. And I think that's why women in hip hop are going to be so important. That is the future of hip hop. And actually, while I totally agree that all folk cultures should be rooted in their own indigenous population group, and their own indigenous population group should always direct and control and benefit most from the art of the craft. I see also that this openness, that this building of alliance, that this looking for common ground, and this finding of common enemies rather than fighting each other and being victimized by this divide and conquer conspiracy that has always created havoc here and more chaos. This is the future of hip hop. To go out, man. Hip hop is all of us. Zulu Nation, man. Hip hop is going out. Women have to be part of it. Black, white, purple, red, Japanese. Everybody is hip hop. It's all hip hop. Yes, it has to be black controlled. Yes, it is. We have to give props always. Take it away from the record companies, put it back in the communities. Make the communities more allied.
Excuse me, we're gonna have to let them perform now so that we can have a taste of what their music is like. And we're gonna begin with Tiny. Talent illustrating new examples of excitement.
The song I'm about to do, is called The Truth. It's in regards to males in particular, and it's like a little counteraction to some of the things that males say. So I'm just kick it like this. Tables are turned, and now it switches. A message straight to the bastards from the bitches. Derogatory things every time you see me, but yet instead you want to stick me with that weenie. I tell you what, don't even consider it. I'm not carrying around a kid that's illegitimate. You stand on the corner with your hooligan friends. Think the best thing in life is wearing Timberlands. Selling crack to the order to prop brother man. The real profit's going back to the other man. Not give the gab gas a trying to juice. This is what you call the hardcore truth. Okay, now I'm swinging like this. Your Tula thinking's what hangs down between your legs. You keep plugging and stuff and you definitely get AIDS. Why is it that every time I turn around, the black note, the woman's race is put down? Your baby comes out of your mouth first. When no attention is paid, then we get cursed. Expletives of sin teacher get belligerent. You want to get physical and turn violent? Why is it that a woman can't say no unless the man on the other hand says so? That may have happened when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but for the women of the 90s, that's no longer true. Okay, you wanna swing it like this. And then hostile is what I become towards all the niggas that just wanna get some. Nigga is used because you're ignorant. If asked to define it, you wouldn't know what it meant. Drugs and fast life is what you live for. Killing your own brother so you can get more. Oh man, I just swing it to the back. Like, I just fucked up. Okay, sorry about that, but we just gonna leave it like that because I ain't got my music and I'm like kind of nervous. But that's called the truth, little piece.
Nah, this is one, I got, alright, I'll just kick this one. This is just really one about what I think when I'm just walking, just chilling, like I always am. Alright, this one is called Point of View, and it goes like this. I sit around just to think about the flow. I even question all the things that I don't know. I guess I get out my seat and take a stand while you sleep away today. Yo, should I say, hey, T-Love, can I get a grip so equipped to fit the script? Or should I write a bit to make him quit and throw a fit? Nah, just keep your guard, cause I rock real hard. Because you know I got the props to make the old heads nod, my God. I got the fever for the flavor, so I mingle. Free to be to some degree because I'm living single. Like the show cause you know that I gotta go. Bo don't even know when I'm chilling on the down low. A situation in hand from a fan of a motherland and a black woman that can't flow. On the high, the low, so if you step to the beat, then you know we gotta flow. So, my point of view from the heart, so let me review the chart. Go take a minute because your breath is taut. Talk about disrespect, what the heck? On the real, do you feel like you gotta shoot and kill? No. Chill, I'm not finished with the question or the lesson, cause today's point of view is sorta like a blessing. So, you're not a bitch or a hoe. Latifah said, oh yeah, because you gotta let them know. Bro, if it wasn't for a sister on the real, do you know that there wouldn't be no misters? Or the point of view from a stone cold sister that's with you. Drop it for a tribute. Just a little, you know. I messed up a little there too, sorry. No music, you know.
Go, Trey. Alright, see, I don't know which one I was going to do. I wanted to do this. Yeah, a little something. I think I was going to do Keep It Flowing, a little piece of that, but I think I'm going to do something called a piece of I'ma Make It. Hey yo, I was a hard head. I never used to listen on a mission for the next blitz. A sip and be at the party tripping, friends be riffing how I ain't on point. Who's at the joint? My only concern to learn who's burning herbals in the distance. My resistance was low, and I was going downhill for the Philly. It was silly how I had preached to the young, but had begun this evil habit. Was quickly switched to drastic, rolling so much boo. You think that it was magic, smoking and still toking on the field. Bills were stacking and stacking while I was tracking to the spot to get the fatism. Beginning rhythms of dependence. Couldn't even face a party or show if I wasn't getting in this. Knew I was wrong cause I was doing stuff I wouldn't normally do, getting dizzy every day to impress the crew. But they were busy, but they were blunted, didn't know what was after. Later in the week I'm wheezing, choking from asthma. My mother noticed such a change in my behavior is dangerous. What you doing, move in another direction. What I would deny, I had my alibi as tight as a vice grip. Flipping scripts on my mom, giving mad lip. Mixing up emotion with the boom only consumed the time I really didn't have. Inhaling up the herbal gases and masses. I used it up and just my luck, my friends were loaded, exploding cells in my brain. Maybe I drained my skill for, drain my skills for writing, I'm fighting, but I'm still smoking and sipping. I quit one day, then I'm dipping back in the old routine. I feel I'm slipping, but I know I'm going to make it.
Let's see. Oh, something I'm working on now, to the Bobbin case. You know, Lorena. Let's see. Yeah. It's about abuse. Okay, just a couple of sentences from this, and then I'll do a little bit of something else, and just check, see if you like it. Okay. How did that go? I forgot. I just did it. Temporary insanity. Get the away from me. I got the cleaver fever, fever of the cleaver. Get your goddamn lever out my beaver. Unless you want to get off in me, I'm gonna clip ya, snip ya, off 2, 3, and then I'm going to cop the plea of temporary insanity. No, I'm only kidding, That's just, no, I don't really get stuff. I have never, ever cut anybody down like that, and I don't intend to. You already told us you're not like that. I don't do it, like, okay, now. But, I don't know if I was being raped. I don't know. Something. Okay. If you say what's on your mind before you spray your venom, then you just might. This is to very cool jazz, okay? Just so that you know. If you say what's on your mind before you spray your venom, then you just might get 'em. Then you just might get 'em to see that we is the same fundamentally, and we might have a chance at a momentary trance of fate. We might be able for a sec to give up hate. Give up hate before you're boxed in a crate. Give up hate before you're boxed in a crate. Give up hate. Oh, now, wait, it's hot out here. Okay, what's the next verse? But if you run with gangs and guns with fangs, out for blood of your bloods, cause you think you a stud, with a thud of the trigger you figure you settle the score, you're only young and raw, cause the law's at your back, on the attack. It's you, Mr. Mac, cause they know that you lack the knack of a crack head. And you don't want to be dead, but you can't even hear what your own mom said, though she fed you with love, blessed you with strength so you could go the length, not be shut down like a dog, like a clown on the ground in the gutter. Help me, God, you stutter. These are the only words you can mutter, brother, cause you never understood how just to give up and bow to your fate. For you're all boxed up in a crate, cause you couldn't give up, you just wouldn't give up, you just didn't give up. Hate. You couldn't give up, you just wouldn't give up, you just didn't give up. Hate.
Hey.
It's Jackie Hines, and I'm right on time to end this show.
Because you gotta go.
Because we have to go. No, I am not a rapper. Thank you all for coming, and thanks to the panelists for showing up. Being on time, doing the right thing.
Thank you.
You girls got it?
That's gonna make money.